Welcome to day 22 of our January Challenge 2018, and we're starting a new piece today, Funky Blues. If you've been enjoying the challenge so far, could you let us know? It would be so wonderful to hear back from you guys, because it gives us such encouragement to carry on, and it's the way to ensure that we can do future January challenges for you is by having really good feedback from past ones as evidence of how great it's going. And I know that there are people out there that are really enjoying this, so it'd be great if you can let us know as well. That'd be super. So, Funky Blues by Creighton Griffiths. This is our last piece for January 2018, and we'll learn it over the course of 8 sessions. So today we're going to get to grips with this first line, our first 4 bars. We need 3 flats generally, so B flat, E flat and A flat. Now my harp's tuned to E flat, so for me that's all my levers off. If you have a harp tuned to A flat, then you'll want to leave your D levers on. But otherwise it's all levers off. And then there's an accidental that you want to set at the beginning, and then it stays the same through the whole piece, and that is the B, just 1 note below middle C. So find your middle C, go down 1 string and put that lever on, whether that's up or down depends on the way your levers go, but on so that it's onto the string. And then you set that up at the beginning and it stays that way through the whole piece. So let's have a listen to our left hand. It's only left hand today, and this really gets the groove of this piece, and this is the pattern that's going to happen quite a lot on quite a number of the days that we're learning. So you really want to get very comfortable with this, because this pattern will come back and back. So I'm going to play it for you first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you might want to do that round and round and round and get really, really comfortable with it. So, first thing to notice, in the written music, it's crotchet, quaver, quaver, tied to a minim in that first bar. In this music, we're going to swing our quavers. So the rhythm is going to be as if those 2 quavers that you see, instead of being exactly half a beat each, the first one is more like a, if you turn that beat into a triplet, so that you would make it as though you're going to fit 3 quavers into that space of the 1 beat. And the first note takes up the length of 2 of those quavers, and the third one takes up the final quaver space of a triplet. If you think of it like that, then you get the feel of the swing. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 3, 4. So you land there just before the 3rd beat in a way. So you go 1, 2 and 3, and it comes in just there. Finger choices here. I am doing the first note, the C, with a 4th finger with nothing else placed. So I'm playing that C, and notice how my thumb is nicely up and the rest of my hand is actually heading up towards what's going to come next. So I'm not right over that C. I'm allowing my 4th finger to reach for it whilst still having a bit of a curve. So I can do a nice pluck and then a leap up, and I'm placing my 4th finger on the G and my fingers 3, 2, 1 on middle C, D and E, 3 in a row there. And I play the G, and then we answer with all 3 of those notes at the same time. On the music they're kind of splayed out one way and the other, but that's because they're 3 in a row. And it would just look like a black splodge if you put a note that's directly next to another in the exact same vertical space. So we send one out that way and the others out that way, but all those notes are happening at the same time. Okay, so if we just try that bar together, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3, and again, and 1, 2 and 3, one more time, and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Good, brilliant. Okay, that bar is the same as bar 3. So really there's only 2 bars to learn today, and then it repeats. So our second bar, we're going to leap back down, and we're going to an F in the bass. And again, I'm going to do this with finger 4 so that I don't take my whole hand too far. But I'm going to make sure the rest of my hand is ready to be coming back up. I play the 4, and then the fingering I found most comfortable for this next bit is to put my 3rd finger on the F just below middle C, my second finger on the A, and my thumb on the E above middle C. And you could say, actually, let's do it with a 4 on the F and 3 and 1, so that we have the 3 and 1 that we would have for the shape of a fifth. But to do the 3 and the 2 and the 1 works well having just used your 4 down here, and we're going back for another 4 in the next pattern. So 4, 3, and then 1 and 2 together like that. And then the same pattern just moves up 1 string. So down here we go up to the G, and then up here we go to the G with our 3. 2 is now on our B natural because of our lever, thumb on the F. Okay, so let's just try that bar from the F down here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and let's do it a bit slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and again, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and good. So we go from the bar where we've got the C and we've got quite a bit of time, and then we've got the busier bar and back to a C. Why don't you try and join in on the next time round? And 3, 4. One more time. Good, okay. If that feels really too complex, then I've got a simplified way of doing it. And if you want to hear that, you can join me on the other video. So I'll leave that there for now. We'll have a listen now to the play along video. You can join in at different speeds, and I'll also show you on there how we can simplify it down to make it still have the feel, or still have a decent feel, and that can sit underneath everything but isn't quite so jumpy in terms of those big moves. So there are other options. Thank you, well done.